What's going on, everybody? It's David Palmer, the Leo King, and there has been so much happening, not only in the astrology, just the universe right now. I'm sure you've been feeling all the shifting. I think a lot of it has to do with the Saturn Neptune square. And one thing about Saturn Neptune squares, which I'm realizing now as we're going through this one, with Neptune in its house of Pisces, its natural home, is, I hate to be honest with you, but it does put blocks, Saturn, into connecting with your guide, spirituality. But it also at the same time makes it stronger, which is kind of weird, through having you really look at ways to reconnect with your guides in more difficult ways, maybe especially because Saturn's in Sagittarius open up your perceptions of how you receive information from your guides or your angels, or however you want to look at your communication with the other side. I think that this is also a powerful time for when it comes to connecting with God and your prayers to God. New ways to do it, new, I don't want to say struggles, but some new tests, on how you pray and to be better at praying and to be better at connecting with the other side. And for me, I quit doing readings, not full time, but like pretty much full time. In the last couple months, I raised my rates, so I could only do readings for people who really needed the reading or really wanted the reading. And I think a lot of it was because I wanted to take a break. I had been doing readings for 3.5 years, non-stop, every week, no vacations, like doing 3 to 4 people a day, and it was rough, and it was very difficult, and it was hard. It was beautiful though. Sorry, it's so cold out there. My nose is almost starting to run. It's like, whoo, I'm sitting by the fire right now. But it was very difficult for me there, especially as I was going through a lot of my own troubles in my life. That's when I realized, okay, it's time to kind of back off on personal readings a little bit and raise my rates and take a little time off. And it's not a simple time right now. And it's a time where we really have to go deep within, and we really need to find new ways to communicate with the other side, to find our own compassion for ourselves again, because it's not an easy time to deal with self-compassion. This is a very critical time in our life. This is a critical moment that we're in shifting. And so I think it's very important at this moment and at this juncture for everybody to realize that it's okay if you don't 100% know how to connect right now to your guides, or if you're feeling like, there's some sort of new doorways that you're having to open to connect with your guides, or to your angels, or to God, or to the other side. But just realize that this is making that connection stronger and better. It's amazing, actually, in how my readings have gotten better, but I don't feel like they are. It's weird. That's what's, I think, the weirdest part about it is when I do a video now, or if I do a reading, I'm always like, I don't even know if I was even connecting there, even though I've always believed I'm a channeler. So I don't actually believe that I'm the one coming up with the reading. I just believe I'm a conduit of it. Plus, I'm sun in the 12th house. It's like it's not like I'm just like a passer-buyer of energy. I'm just a fuse, to others. But lately I look back and I'm like, wow, actually, it's pretty powerful right now, time for messages from the other side. And that this truly is, especially kind of where we're at right now and where we're doing this video at the end of 2015, I think that we're on a great treasure hunt, for where we're going in our life, what's next, the partnerships, the projects, the excitement in life that we are all looking for, and the healing that's taking place right now in all of us that's very profound and will be with us for the rest of our lives. And so it's okay if you need to take breaks with your spirituality. I'm not saying, you quit or anything, but it's okay to take breaks It's okay to take time where you can almost separate yourself so you can remember who you are and then come back to spirituality and come back to connecting with guides. Because if you're an astrologer out there, or a psychic, or a medium, I think it's important to take these moments to get back into yourself, kind of without that energy, and take minor pauses. So you can reconnect with yourself. And 2015 for me was a very weird year because it was like, oh, I was taking, I was going extreme into it, and then it's like I keep doing the videos. Like I've done 1,300 videos on my app this year. And it's funny, in 3.5 years I've done 1,300 videos on YouTube. So kind of weird, but it's still a lot, and it's like, then I had to compensate and take, readings a little different. And I feel bad because there's so many people who want readings from me right now. And, I've been holding those prices at that place because I just, I wanting to take the time for myself, and if you really want it, it's there. And I don't know when I'm going to take them down. It might just come out next week, might come out tomorrow, or I might not ever change the price. I don't know. And because when my old prices were at, it was literally like I couldn't take a break. There was no way. It was like I was overbooked weeks and weeks and months and months. It was just like, so it's a weird thing. It's like, do I want my whole life to be readings and my whole time schedule in my life to be preset? By I have to show up to that reading, or do I want some time to have a little bit of openness where I could take a couple days off, or I could take a week off and only just do the videos? And that's kind of where I've been at, just to get a little personal on where I'm at with readings and videos and all that stuff. But I feel like I do readings different than every other astrologer out there. I know that 100%. And this is just a very weird time. And I know we all are going to shine through this time. I know we're all going to become so much better through this time. But it's definitely a weird time. And, all 2016 we have Saturn Neptune square. And it's changing the world forever. It's changing the fabric of the world. It's changing the understanding of the world. I've been seeing so much stuff about flat Earth stuff lately. That's a whole nother thing I could go into, but I don't want to do it on this video. But that's also a paradigm shift, if you think about it. What if the world was actually flat? Or, I think that there's a lot of things that maybe it's important for you to pay attention to right now in your beliefs or the outlooks of the world, as they're all shifting right now very powerfully. And if you just look and see history and how the world works, the world comes into places where it changes its belief of the way the world looks, the way that it is, and the way that it operates. And we're coming into that place right now. And whether that means that we're either going to change the perception of how reality is or how it works, we're all coming into that weird spot. And I believe 2016, and I'll be honest with you, I think disclosure is not about, oh, here's these aliens and what they're doing. I think disclosure that is going to start coming out in the world is about the world that you are living in right now is nothing even close to what you thought it really was. And I believe that this Saturn Neptune square is about to bring that out. So there's my Leo King talk for this random episode, hanging out by the fireplace. I like to do weird ones, and this one's a little weird one. And I just wanted to talk about my readings and, videos and, me, just random talk stuff. But thanks for supporting me. And if you do want to get a reading, of course, inclusiveastrology.com, and you can join me on my app on the iPhone and Android at the Google and Android, or Google and iPhone store, or whatever they call it, the App Store. Just type in the Leo King. So I appreciate it so much. You can get my weekly intuitive videos there, tarot readings, it's all there. Astrology, 12 sun signs, you know me. I got the whole thing there. But think about the last thing I said very deeply. Not about flat Earth. I think that's just like skimming the surface, and that's something that is a whole other perception. But the world that you live in and the way that you think the world is and the perception of that world, what if it were to completely, radically change forever? Talk to you in the next video.